Oh, no, no, no. You're reading that correctly. We're back, baby. We are back. I am very happy. Thank you, Miss Blondie. Hi, guys. Welcome to Leave Reacts. I hope everyone's having a good day. I know I am. Because we're back with the last waltz. Oh, my God, man. It's been like 3 months, maybe 2, since we've last done a track from this. And I know that basically every track in this movie, on the record, whatever, it's all of them are great, basically. That's what I've heard. So you basically could throw a dart and you'd hit a good one, probably. But this is apparently a really good one. It is the track, The Night They Drove Old Dixie Down, which is I guess it's a first-person narrative of somebody living in the last days of the American Civil War, basically. There's some specifics to it, but I'm not going to get too far deep into it until afterwards. This is also, the last waltz performance of it, so it's probably going to be very emotional, because I know this was written by Robbie. This is one of their bigger songs that came off of the second album that came out in '69. So I'm excited, as always, because the last waltz, all the videos we've done for it, which I'll link up there, have been amazing. Literally, every single one of this concert is just, it's emotional as hell, to be honest. Even as a new fan of the band, I've only discovered them in the past 5 or 6 months. And honestly, I think I started my journey with them with these videos. And it's so strange how something new can feel so, I don't know, nostalgic. I don't know. They did a very good job capturing this. And Scorsese did. So, alright. The Last Waltz, the band, The Night They Drove Old Dixie Down. 3, 2, 1, go. Don't forget to like and subscribe.
A Virgil Kane is the name, and I served on the Danville train. To Stoneman's cavalry came, and they tore up the tracks again.
Helm is so good, man.
In the winter of '65, we were hungry, just barely alive. By May 10th, Richmond had fell. It's a time with my wife in Tennessee, when one day she called to me.
Robbie's in it, man.
Said, Virgil, quick, come and see. There goes the Robert E. Lee. Now I don't mind chopping wood, and I don't care if the money's not good. You take what you need and you leave the rest, but they should never have taken the very best. The night they drove old Dixie down, when all the bells were ringing. The night they drove old Dixie down, and all the people were singing. They went na 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 na. Like my father before me, I've worked the land, and like my brother above me, who took a rebel stand. He was just 18, proud and brave, but a Yankee, a laid him in his grave, and I swear by the mud below my feet, you can't raise a cane back up when he's in defeat. The night they drove old Dixie down, when all the bells were ringing. The night they drove old Dixie down, and all the people were singing. They went na 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 na
Oh, get out of here, Fandango. There's nothing good out anyway. Man, that's crazy. For a band that I'm not going to say I barely know. Like, I know their names. We've done a few songs to them. We've done a lot of The Last Waltz. But I don't, I'm not as connected to them as a lot of the other bands on this channel that we've done. But there's just something so endearing and so, I don't want to say the word sad because it's not all sad. There's also a lot of joy and celebration and like reminiscing on the good times, it feels like. But it also feels like there's something amazing coming to an end, and like it's their last show, so of course it's the last waltz, and you can totally feel it. You can feel the weight of of everything. And they sell it all because Scorsese has such good angles, and the directing is just so well. The cinematography, the production, everything's so crisp, and he captured the emotion of all of them so well. Especially Robbie, because Robbie gets so into it, and you can just feel the music just like coursing through his body, man. And Helm, such a great drummer, really, really is, and he's got a hell of a voice too. Like, he was perfectly keeping everything in time and belting his soul out, basically. And I think that is it's very hard to do. It's already hard to drum, but imagine singing too on top of it. It's not easy. It really isn't. Some people are so good they make it look easy, and people just think it's, oh yeah, I can do that. No, not at all. It's two different things happening with your brain at once, and it's not easy to do at all. You have to be very disciplined, or just naturally, very divergent with your mind and being able to do two different things at once. Because already, if you're a drummer, you're good at doing at least 3 things at once or 4, but throwing the singing on top of it makes your brain do two different things. So hats off to him. That was a fantastic performance. And then of course the material, it sounds like what it said on there. It's the perspective of Virgil Caine. That was his name, right? So apparently Robbie took like 8 months to write it because the concept came to him, and he researched the subject with the help of Helm, because he's from Arkansas. And in his biography, Wheels on Fire, Helm wrote, Robbie and I worked on the night up in Woodstock. I remember taking him to the library so he could research the history and geography of the area and make General Robert, you already know. I don't want to say it because they'll get on me, bro. You you have no idea. Come out with all due respect. The lyrics tell the last days of the American Civil War, portraying the suffering of the protagonist, Virgil Caine. A poor Southerner. Dixie is the historical name, obviously, for the Confederates, but the song's opening stanza refers to one of George Stoneman's raids behind Confederate lines attacking the railroads of Danville, Virginia, at the end of the war in 1865. I'm guessing that's after they took Richmond and they were starting to leave Richmond and go off to try and get all the other forts that hadn't surrendered yet. The last time the song was performed by Helm was in The Last Waltz. He refused to play the song afterwards. Although it has long been believed that the reason for Helm's refusal to play the song was a dispute with Robertson over songwriting credits. According to Garth Hudson, the refusal was due to Helm's dislike for Joan Baez, I don't know how to pronounce that, her version. It's definitely gotten some re-inspection with the modern lens, obviously, because anything having to do with the South during the Civil War absolutely got not reimagined, but re-inspected, like I already said, over the past few years, which it needed to. There's a lot of misinformation and obviously the lost cause myth, and I don't want to get too much into it, obviously, because I don't want this video to get demonetized, which it probably will already, but that's just what happens. So, and I'm not one, obviously I am from the old line state, so I'm in the middle. So it's funny that I'm in the middle on a lot of things. Obviously not on the Civil War, but it's you never want to just completely demonize the other side, because that's when you completely start making really bad decisions, like the other side was doing, But at the same time, that's war. War is a terrible thing. Our world is a terrible place, and it happens. And we are terrible, filthy creatures. We really are, and we're terrible to each other. That's the last time I'll use that word. It's really heartbreaking what we've done to each other over the years. and probably will do in the future as well, not just talking about what the Civil War was about, just in general, how bad we are to each other. Especially nowadays, no more communication, no more talking, it's all emojis or anger or, there's no lines of communication. People just, it's bad faith, it's sad. It's sad to see what we've fallen into, because we used to be so good, like, at communicating. That was our strength. For at least some people, most people, I'd say, were really good at actually talking, expressing one's feelings and thoughts and all that's different. You know what I'm saying? Like, the feelings are different, but I don't know. We at least could listen. Nowadays, people just want to wait until it's their turn to talk. There's no more real listening or actual understanding. It's, I want to talk and be heard, not I want to hear, which is sad, man. And I'm glad that people started to look at the lost cause myth and see, like, how much BS it is. And as someone who's done a lot of research on the subject, it absolutely is. It came around in, I think, the early... it was because of the generals, I think, that surrendered, and I think it was specifically one that he wrote an autobiography, I believe, in the late 19th century, early 20th century, I believe, that kind of led to that myth of, the only reason that they were even fighting was because of my state's rights. That's what it was. Yeah, the state's rights, all that. It's the state's rights to have slaves. That's what it was, And the only reason I laugh is just so that that kind of gets through, the censors. But at the same time, whatever. I'm glad that, like I said, you can't demonize other people, no matter, I don't know, even if they're terrible people, because once you start doing blanket demonization of other groups, that's what leads to some really, really bad, terrible things, like worse than like a war, you know what I mean? So it's, I don't know, but I'm glad that at least because it wasn't all bad people down there, just like in any war. They were our American brothers and sisters that were just in rebellion, and it needed to be quelled, and it was, after the sacrifice of tons and tons and tons of people of all walks of life. And it's sad, man. Sorry to get so off topic about the Civil War. I find it very interesting as like I said, I'm a son, a grandson, a great-grandson of all people that served in all the wars. And I wouldn't be surprised if my family tree goes back and someone from there fought in the Civil War. But mine just goes back to World War I. I don't know about before that. But it's very sad, especially when brothers are fighting brothers, over something that needed to be fought over, though, but if you really go into the history of it, Lincoln didn't even, I don't know, there's a lot, people don't even actually read history, so they don't know what actually happened. They have a broad idea of it. Lincoln didn't even do that until halfway through the war, you know what I'm saying? And that was because that was like a last option sort of thing, and it's because he was getting pressure, Frederick Douglass, all that stuff, and I don't know. And I think Lincoln was a great president, don't get me wrong, but there's definitely some things he did, especially in Maryland, where I'm from, because Marylanders will never forget what Abraham Lincoln did to Maryland, so that's okay. And that's coming from a Yankee, too, so that's just saying. So here we go. We had Mr. Helm on lead vocals and drums, Rick Danko on bass guitar and backing vocals, Garth Hudson on the melodica and slide trumpet, Richard Manuel on piano and backing vocals, and Robbie Robertson on acoustic electric guitar. And apparently this is technically a Train song, because it's under the Train song list. It's under the anti-war song list, and we'll have the theme continuing that there's no such thing as a bad Train song. I guess I don't know how this would be considered a Train song, but I know you guys will let me know. Obviously, the highlight of that is Mr. Helm on the drums, and his vocals were just so expressive, and he told the story very, very well. You could just feel it. You know what I mean? Like, you could feel every word that he was saying, and it painted such a great picture in your mind. And no matter what, like I said, people can reimagine things and like I said, there's, what's the word I'm thinking of? It's not even reinspect. It's oh no, I don't know. They're just I don't want to say reinspecting, but you know what I mean. People are just taking a look at previous things with a new lens and trying to fit things that came before into the modern lens, which it's never going to fit. That's why people just don't get it, because you can't put all that stuff under a modern lens like a microscope and try to pick it apart, because back then that's just how things were. It was bad, but that's just how it was. You know what I mean? You can't that's the whole, that's hard. You can't really blame people of their time. Like, you have to give them grace. Obviously, the things that people were doing were wrong. Absolutely, 100,000%. But you have to give... I'm not even talking... And this is just the people that didn't stand up and do things. I'm not saying the people that actually did it. Don't give them grace. But, I don't know, dude. You know what I'm getting at. You can't demonize people. That's what it all boils down to. No matter what cause they've been behind, they're still people at the end of the day. And that's what the scariest thing about it is because it's just normal people that do the most terrible, horrendous things. It really is, because they're told, or because that's just instinct coming in, you know. And it's sad that, I guess, someone in the middle. I wish everyone could get along. I wish the whole world could just get along. But unfortunately, that's not what's going to happen. It's never going to be that way, because there's forces at work in the world that want things in chaos. They want wars happening. They want things to be destabilized, because that's money in their pockets, and that's more influence that they have, you know? And it's never going to end unless we call it out. But that's what people have been trying to do, and they end up dead. And I'm saying this at the end of the video because probably no one's watching. And the censors don't listen this far. There's been so much crap that's come out, and people just end up dead. Like, it's wild. There's so many, you know? And, I don't know. I just wish we could all get the fuck along. Like, just grow up, you know? But it's not going to happen. I wish it would, though. Sorry for going off topic with this. It's just the whole topic of the Civil War. And I love history. So thanks for watching, guys. Thank you again, Miss Blondie, for a great pick. I didn't mean to ramble on your video, but that was a fantastic video. And I can add it to my last Waltz playlist with tons of videos. And I kind of filled airtime a little bit, but just because, you know, it was mostly, you know, Helm doing everything, but, you know, Robbie was in there too. Just gave it a good feel. Just his presence on stage is so just well met, you know what I mean? Like, he's got charisma, but he also kind of fades into the background at the same time. It's very interesting how that happens. But if y'all have any other tracks from the last Waltz that I haven't done, I've done a lot of them, you can look at the playlist. But if you have any suggestions, leave it down below and tell me what you thought of that awesome song. Thanks for watching. I will see y'all later. Oh no, it didn't work. Hold on. 1, 2, 3, go. I forgot to say one thing. We have a really, really cool Patreon community. We'd love to have you. Come join us. There's a link in the description. If you join the $15 tier or up, you get 1 free request a month. There's a bunch of block videos and full album reactions on there. You can join any tier, get access to all that. You get access to our patrons-only Discord server. If you want to come chat, come vote on videos, whatever, we'd love to have you, like I said. And there's also a PayPal if you want to send a request or a tip in that way. Thanks for watching. I'll see y'all later.